Hi everyone, I am Paul. I'm the Teen Librarian at the Gloucester County Library in Mullica Hill. And today we're going to look at a program called Ren'Py. Now Ren'Py is a free engine made specifically for making visual novel games. Visual novels have been popular for a couple decades in Japan, and they're starting to gain some popularity in America too. If you don't know what visual novels are, they're most simple. You're telling a story and you're eventually giving people like a branching path of choices. A lot of times these games are referred to as dating sims, and while they're popular for that style of game, taking like a character out and trying to date them with different options, they can be used to tell any kind of story, really. Typically these games are shown from a first-person perspective with a backdrop showing where you are, very kind of basic, and a character in the foreground that you're talking to, one or more. In this example, we're just going to use one. Ren'Py makes it really easy to get to this point, and I started making a quick example. It's kind of rough right now, but let's just look at what you can do with it. This just kind of gives you a quick demonstration. So I'm going to bring up the launcher, and my project is called Lazy Saturday. Tutorial and the question come built in so you can play them, and you can also look inside to see how they're made. But we'll select Lazy Saturday and launch project. And you can see it gives you the title screen here. I didn't do a title image here, so it's just blank, and then these are different things. You can start the game, you can load it up if you have save points. We're just going to start. And you can see we're starting in this little bedroom area I have. It's a lazy Saturday morning. So far you've watched some TV and played some video games. Looking around your room, your eyes fall on a library book you checked out a while ago. And you can see now I'm speaking, the due date is today. And now we have two options. We can return this ASAP, or we can wait another day, no biggie. Now, if we return this, if we wait another day, if we choose this one, I just have a couple quick bad endings. You toss the book aside and decide to return it some other time. Weeks pass, and then years, and you finally remember to take the book, that darn library book back. And then me saying, whoa, my fines came out to $1 million. How will I ever check stuff out again? Bad ending. And then we're thrown back to the intro screen. So we're going to start up again real quick. And if we skip, it'll just skip right to the next time you have an option. So we'll return this ASAP. Well, it's not like I'm really doing anything right now anyway. Might as well return this book. Fade into the library. Okay, I feel better now that the book is returned and that's not hanging over my head for the weekend. You hear someone call your name, quite loudly in fact. And then now Sora's speaking, yo, I thought that was you. And me, what are you doing? Keep down, we're in a library. And you'll see his face gets kind of like a teardrop there. Sorry, just didn't expect to see you here. It's okay, so what's up? Now he's back to being happy. Rin's outside, we should all three hang out. Sounds good, I was just planning on playing video games all day anyway. Who says you still can't? We could come over for some 3-player deathmatch going. You walk outside with Sora and find Rin leafing through a library book on the bench. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen, so I'm going to go fix that. Okay, and we're back. So what I learned just now is that you have to make sure your file names are all in lowercase, otherwise they don't show. So here's what's supposed to happen. You go outside, Sora, and you leave with Sora and find Rin leafing through a library book on the bench. Hey Rin, what you reading? Oh, hey guys, I checked out a book on game design. Game design? Yeah, it's easier than ever to make indie games these days. Maybe the three of us can make a game together. Really? You be up for it? And then I have two options. Now, both of these lead to essentially a good ending. If we say maybe someday, but for today, let's just play games instead. You go back to your room, and the three of you play games for the rest of Saturday, and it's a good time. And then if you say, yeah, that sounds awesome, let's get to work. I didn't finish this yet, but I have like a different background of like a business office, and some different sprites of the characters, and it was just going to be like fast forward 3 years, and now they've got a game studio going. But I think right now, like this one gives you the good end. This one I think just puts you out. So go back here, go back to the room. Good ending. You click OK, and you're back to the start. And that is pretty much my very quickly made visual novel so far. So that's what I've got. Very easy to put together though. There's no music or sound effects yet, but they're super easy to implement. All you have to do is just drop them into the audio folder, and then you say like play song or play sound effect and the file name, and then you're good to go. That's all it does. So let's look inside and see how this thing works. One great thing about this program is that it's when you're looking at what someone has done in the editor, it's very easy to see the language that the game uses is very easy to follow. You can probably see already from what you're seeing over here, very easy to follow along. But all you would do, I already have it open here, but from the launcher, instead of launch project, make sure you have your project selected and edit file script. And it will bring up the script. And this is the script here. And these comments don't count. If you have a little pound sign, a hashtag in front, these are not seen by the game, so you can write whatever you want there. I should mention real quick that when you want to learn how to use Ren'Py, from the main page, just go to documentation, and there's a quick start guide. Very easy to follow along and do. I just followed this and then wrote my own thing real quick, and it was real easy to implement. But yeah, check out the documentation. It tells you how to use everything. So the first thing you might notice are these definitions at the top. These are optional, but make it a lot easier. Like, instead of having to write Sora, or if you have a longer name every time, define S equals character Sora. So that way, whenever I have that character talking, I can just say S and the line, and it says Sora is, saying those lines. It makes it a lot easier to do. Same thing for these. I have image Sora happy. That is the file name boy a casual happy. So it's a lot easier to say, show Sora happy. Much easier to write out. So those are just some quick things to implement before you actually get started. So then we have where the game starts. Label start is the start of the game. Scene room is just the room, and it just implements, I have room.jpg or room.ping in the image folder directory, so it's just calling up room.jpg. And then you've got, see if you've got quotes here without anything in front of it, then it looks like it's just narration. M stands for me, so that shows who's talking. So if it's me or Sora or Rin, I just put an M or an S or an R there. And then there's the information there. And then you've got our first option here for what we're going to choose, and that's menu. And then the two options with a little colon at the end of them. And then jump book return or jump wait. And you can see I have label wait and label book return. So that's the two places these will jump. And if you go to wait, it just goes to a quick bad ending. Book return actually goes to a scene library with the fade, so you get this nice transitional fade out and fade in. And then show Sora happy with dissolve, the same thing. Instead of having them just pop into existence, it has like this kind of fade in on his character. And then you just do Sora happy, Sora shocked. Like you can see, it's very easy language to go back and forth while I have this script going between S Sora and M me. So I have a couple of more, scene changes and jumps for decisions, but overall, you're already seeing what the majority of Ren'Py, what you'd be doing right here. It's really easy to follow along. And that's pretty much all there is to writing a script for Ren'Py. Now, I mentioned before putting in music or sound effects. Those have their own directory. So if you go to the, instead of edit file, if you go to open directory, audio, that will open up a folder with all your audio sounds in it. I don't have anything in here right now, so it'll be empty. But you can see we go to Open Directory Images, and here's all the images. There's a lot of Soras and Rins I didn't use, but there's the backgrounds library, outside, building, room. So everything's just in here, and then you just call it from those image directories. One important thing to mention, though, I should say, you learn as you go, and make sure that you resize your images to the size you want them when you put them in this directory, because Ren'Py will just show it at the original size, and that's probably not what you were expecting. Now lastly, a big factor for doing a visual novel like this is the visual element. You will need a lot of art to use. As you can see, this is just a lot of different, like it's the same picture for all these characters. They just have different expressions. So you need a lot of art in order to use to do these visual novels. For me, what I found, if you search on itch.io, you can find assets for visual novels. Some of them are paid, but there are some people that have things that are freely available, so look around in there. You might be able to search on some places like DeviantArt. For the backgrounds I used in this game, I just searched like free visual novel backgrounds and found a forum poster that was just putting out a ton of pictures, and it was like, here, use all of these. So just look around a bit. There are people giving away things that are copyright free. You can just freely use them in any kind of program you want to use. You might also want to look on the official Ren'Py, whoops, where's the homepage here? They have a link to the forums, And there's a Discord. That's an easy way to find a lot of people that are sharing information on how to do things in Ren'Py, as well as assets to be used for the games. And so that's pretty much it. Now you have all you need to make your own Japanese-style visual novels. If you use Ren'Py to make your own games, leave a link in the comments below so we can try them out. Alright, have fun, happy gaming, and thanks for watching, everyone. Hello there, everyone. If you've been following my Game Jam Time videos, you know I'm passionate about game design and everyone being able to make their own games and share them with everyone else. So I'd like to announce that our library will be hosting its first Game Jam this October. For any of you that don't know, a Game Jam is kind of like when people get together to make music and just jam for a bit, but this time with games. Game Jams can be done solo or in a group. The choice is up to you. While some Game Jams are judged and have winners, they don't have to, and this one's not going to be judged. The point is simply to make a finished game that others can experience when you're done. All you have to do to participate is go to the address here, bit.ly/GCLS Game Jam. Now make sure that is case sensitive, the Game Jam part there. You'll have from 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 11th to 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 18th. 1 week, 7 days to make your game. The only requirement, besides making sure it's family friendly, is to have something to do with autumn. This is going to be our Autumn Game Jam. After your game is submitted, it'll be available to play on the Game Jam page, and the library will be playing them on a live stream as well. The link for the Game Jam has a list of resources for things like game engines, arts and tools, sound and music, everything you need to make a game. A lot of things that I've been talking about in past videos. I look forward to seeing and playing the different kinds of games you guys submit. Thanks very much and happy gaming.